All right, so welcome again, people, to MG Sports TV. Hopefully, you guys are doing good and everything is fine. And you guys basically wake up in a good mindset. So, I'm going to speak about just a little update on the Leon Bailey's injury because, as you guys saw, that he came off against Everton in the, I think it was the Cup, EFL Cup competition. Played just 28 minutes, came off on the 31st minute, and he actually had to be assisted. But good news that apparently it's not a serious injury, according to the manager Unai Emery. But he will not be able to be present this weekend, and they will assess him throughout next week. Now, one of the concern is that for me personally, is now the fan base of Aston Villa. A lot of the fan base, Aston Villa's fan base, they are very, very, I would say, frustrated. They're quite frustrated. They know the talent, they know that the quality that he has. But when a player is unable to stay fit, especially during the crucial moments of the season, you will get frustrated as any avid fan who watch the sport and who loves their particular club. When you have a player that you know the quality that they have and they consistently are out of the team due to the same reoccurrence of injury, that must be very much frustrating. And as every fan, you start seeing fans now start calling that, hey, we need to do something. Either we sell this player, use that money, we invested it in another quality player, because apparently they need to move on from the player. Now, in my perspective, I do think that they have to have a bit of patience. This is his second season. This is his second season in the Premier League. I do think that they have to have a bit of patience, but the big question is, what is Leon Bailey really doing wrong for him to be picking up these consistent muscle injuries? And muscle injuries are normally indications of lifestyle. It could be lifestyle, but that's not all the time. Not all the time. You can get a knock and pick up a muscle injury, but you should be scared when you see a player who don't get a knock, or even just some slight challenge, some soft challenge, and they come out way worse. So it's either non-contact or minor contact, and you come out way worse. You have to look into that. So what's happening? Training. What's going on with training? What's the fitness level like? What's the recovery level like? So these are all the questions that will be asked of him. But at this moment, I do think that most of the supporters are just showing a bit of frustration towards the player, and that's how it is. And that's definitely how it is. I think the coach still believes in the player. That's the reason why you are seeing him consistently playing. He's one of their leading goal contributor this season in the Europa League, and also in the Europa Conference League, and also in the Premier League. So he's of value, a lot of value to the club. Just unfortunate that the injury crisis just continued to just strike him or hold him back. And this has been the number one story since Leon Bailey has come to the Premier League. Injury behind injury. One good game, injury. Another good game, back, good game, injury. And it has been very consistent, and it's just starting to get a bit dull. And a lot of the fans, especially the Reggae Boy fans and the Aston Villa fans, are just becoming numb to it. So, and when fans become numb to something, they don't really care anymore. So when you get injured, they don't really care anymore. Like, it's expected. And I don't think you really want to be on the injury board, but you also don't want the fans to be having you in that mindset that, hey, it doesn't really matter. We expect it. That's not a good state to be in, actually. That's not a good state to be in. But it must be frustrating for the player himself. Just can't retain fit, and he must do something. I'm not sure if he's going to increase his training regime or find a specialist where a fitness specialist where he can work with, who can get him to the best possible condition for him to grow through. That's something that even Raheem Sterling was suffering with, and Raheem Sterling did change up and got a specialist, and you can see Raheem Sterling has totally changed his career in English football. So maybe that's something that Leon Bailey should consider, or if that is the case, maybe I know a lot of the fans, the loyal Leon Bailey fans, will be coming at me and saying, I'm talking nonsense, this and that. And then you're going to have the other fan base who don't rate him none at all, said, hey, he's this and he's that. But really and truly, from my perspective, he's a quality player, and I wish the best for him. But unfortunately, at this present moment, he just seems to be taking years off his his career, and each time he picks up an injury, it swipes his career by months or days. And he's currently picking up a lot of injuries, and those are the swiping days and months off his career. But the good news is that he's not a long-term injury. That's the wonderful news, and hope to see him back on the field, fully fit and going. So big up on yourself, people. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. This has been a good one. MG Sports TV. Speedy recovery, Lee and Bailey. Wish you all the best. I'm out. Boom.